This is Peter J. Redding at SignatureSeriesPens.com, returning exotic woods to and reminding you of your innate brilliance. Welcome to this video. My name is Peter J. Redding. I'm going to share with you how I create the decal that goes onto my pen to make it a signature pen. You can see it here at the top of the upper barrel while it's still on my lathe. And that's what we're going to be creating in this video, showing exactly how I create the decal itself. I start off with a carrier board, which is on the right, the carrier paper toner carrier that I just flipped around that has my initials PJR on it. And here's the metallic, not only metallic, it's holographic gold. I just love this. It makes such an incredible statement of having my initials on my pens in a holographic gold. I want to give a shout out to Frank at pulsarprofx.com. He's been a tremendous help to me personally. I've called him a couple times when I ran into some issues. He handled it, gave me some time to figure out what I was doing wrong, and I'm not connected with him in any way other than being a really happy customer. So if you want to do this, give him a call and ask him for the Decal Pro FX kit and how to do this stuff. It's just brilliant. So what I've done here is on the toner carrier, this is just out of my laser printer, and you can, whatever you can print, you can make a decal. This is approximately 4 inches by 3 inches, and it has 24 of my PJR logo, signature logos on it. You're seeing a heat gun here that I picked up at Harbor Freight for, I think it was like 10 bucks. And it's important once you have this printed out to basically dry it out so that the carrier film that you're going to put on this next that I'll show you sticks to the toner and not to the moisture content in the paper. And so I do this really close. It's on high setting. I do this for probably, I don't know, this is real time so you can time it, but at least good 2-3 minutes to get this size of a decal totally dried out. I do it on the front side, and I'll turn it over and do it on the back side. I'm holding it with a little pliers that has a rubber grip on it so that I'm not burning my fingers at such close range on such a small piece. You also see in this that paper actually starts turning brown, and that's okay because the paper is going to be shed at the end of the process, and that's not what I'm real concerned about in any event. So when I start seeing it sort of looking toasty, I know that I've got it dried out enough. It's going to curl just a little bit, but don't worry about that. It's going to curl right back when it goes back through the laminator that you see in the background there. I'll talk about that in just a minute. Completely dry it out. You don't want to touch it as you're doing this because the toner will smear if it touches metal, especially a metal hot surface. So here's my carrier board. It's just a fiberglass board. It's about 2/10 of an inch thick. And I've got a piece of painter's tape holding on a piece of very thin paper just to lay over it. I've cut my piece of the holographic gold, which is my signature color that I put on my pens. And this is going to now adhere to the toner. And again, I repeat, toner. This is not, you can't do this with an inkjet, so don't even try. And lay it on top so that it can be nice and straight and clear. I get virtually 100% success working with this carrier the way I've shown it here, and the paper coming across the top of it. and then I put it into the laminator that has been preheated to about approximately 379 degrees, which is the top end of the heat on this particular laminator. You cannot use a standard laminator. So go to Frank's website and check out which ones he's got. He's got a couple of new ones on there since I bought this one. But you can pick this one up. This is an Apache, I think it's like an LP13, something like that. And you can get it for typically less than $100. You see the temperature gauge there, 379, so it's perfect. I've done the adjustments on the rollers so that you have a nice tight compression. I put mine through twice as a matter of routine. And it is hot. I mean, it comes out 379 degrees, so grab it by the edges, not by the bottom, or you're going to burn your finger. After 2 times through, peel the paper back. What I have now is the toner foil that has been basically plastered onto the toner on my toner carrier, the blue paper that you see behind it that comes out of the laser printer. And now I just grab an edge of this and peel straight back. And everywhere where there's toner is now holographic gold. And again, just stunning. And that little piece, that, in terms of this little process, real time, that probably took me, I'd say less than 10 minutes. Most of it was just waiting for the laminator to heat up. And now I've got 24. I can make 24 signature pens with that one little piece of decal. The next step is to take the mylar film. This is a clear mylar carrier. It's kind of tricky to work with to cut, but it's not really a big deal. Just be patient with it. Doesn't have to be totally exact, but you do want to get it so it's basically the same size as that 3" by 4" piece of toner carrier, and now impregnated with the holographic gold that we just showed. And I'm going to take this, cut it to size, put it in my little hardboard carrier through the laminator. It's the one I just took out, and you can put on any color, by the way. I mean, it doesn't have to be the holographic gold. It can be, Frank's got reds and greens and blues and metallics, metallic copper, metallic silver, metallic gold, some brilliant colors. So you can do some really creative stuff with this. And so you see me here putting that mylar carrier on top of this. I'm just going to cut off. You don't want too much. You don't want anything really hanging out over the edges, because you want a nice, clean, flat surface that the paper carrier can take into the water bath, which we're going to do after we get this again back through the laminator to adhere this to the metallic holographic gold toner that is on top of it. Okay, so right now it's just loose. I'm going to put it into the hardboard carrier with the thin paper going across the top of it. And like I said, I get virtually 100% success rate using this method because they're really tiny. I mean, one of those PJR initials is maybe 1/4 of an inch long, and even less than that wide, because it's going to go right at the very top of the barrel of my pen that you're going to see at the end and that you saw at the beginning. Again, 379 is the top temperature of this Apache laminator that you see. You see the bowl of water waiting for me in the back. It's just plain old water. Nothing special about it. I don't preheat it or anything. It's just room temperature. Going to put it back through, waiting for the laminator to kind of come back up to the closer to the 379, because you pull some heat away from it going through the first time. But when it gets up around 375 or so, then I put it through the second time. I've done this the second time now, so I'm taking it out. Now that mylar, that thin mylar coat, has adhered to everywhere that there is the holographic toner. I put it in sideways there. It's recommended you put it in, according to the actual curl of the paper. Sits in a water bath for perhaps a minute or two. No reason to rush it. What it's doing is the mylar is taking now the toner and separating it from the paper. And there's a special coating on this paper. So while that's soaking away, I do another one. You just saw it coming out of the back of the laminator there. Basically, when the paper gets saturated, it begins to uncurl, which is an indication that it's close to being ready to be taken away. This one is just a printed, I'm going to several printed names of people that I'm going to be making pens or have ordered pens from me. And they want their name on the pen as well. So on most of my high level, these pens are going to go out at probably between $100 and $300 each, with my exotic hardwoods that I bring back from India. And so I have the capability of putting on, I put my initials on all of my pens as a matter of course. And then my customers have the option of putting their name on it. They can put their company name on it. They can put their favorite saying, as long as it's, so many letters. And it doesn't, it's not too long. Or they can even have their own signature. So if they give me their signature, again, I just will put that into, in Microsoft Word or Microsoft Publisher software, and print it out on this special carrier paper, toner paper, and put a box around it. The box you see around all of these is recommended by the maker of these decals, so that when it goes through this water bath process, that if you have any stress on the film itself, it's going to come in from the edges and impact the edges, which is that border, rather than going into the image or the text that you have inside the box. Just wiping it down a little bit, letting it dry out on a paper towel. Again, nothing special about that. I take the used paper because it still has a lot of the slippery, I forget what he calls it, Dextron or something. And now you see the final product. Now there you see, again, my signature, quite literally show you that I can just write on a signature, my PJR logo. I've got another company logo up on top there in color, Coach for Life logo, which is a coach training company that I started 18 years ago. And basically my work in creating these decals in my workshop, and this represents probably an hour's work, maybe an hour and 20 minutes work. And that's what it looks like at the top of the barrel. Absolutely stunning. I coat that again with a CA finish on top of it, so that it's basically a permanent fixture to my pen. This is Peter J. Redding at SignatureSeriesPens.com, returning exotic woods to and reminding you of your innate brilliance.